coming down that 16, we call it 16 hill. Man, there was no way I was going to get in the ditch, put a scratch on that truck, and not be able to drive it Sunday. So I didn't get out of the road. And Miss Saddles had to hit that ditch. I mean, she hit it hard. And do you think in 1964, a black boy gonna be over in Shaw Quarter in them woods, helping some white woman that talk to you like a dog out the ditch? I didn't say a word. I come straight on to the house. Come straight to the house.
Let her handle it.
And pull that truck up in there at the house, and didn't say nothing. Man, by 7:30, 8 o'clock, I imagine, I don't know who it was, but these men out of Beatrice, all of them pull up in the yard, shine their lights up in the house. Talking about, Loretta, send that boy out here that run my wife off the road. Woo! You talking about quiet in the house?
Nobody there.
That's the first time I heard Mom cuss. I imagine, I don't know who it was, but these men out of Beatrice, all of them pull up in the yard, shine their lights up in the house. Talking about, Loretta, send that boy out here that run my wife off the road. Woo! You talking about quiet in the house?
Nobody there.
That's the first time I heard Mom cuss. Mom come out there, and she didn't cuss them, but she did cuss the road. She said that so-and-so road belonged to my son just as much. She didn't cuss his wife either as Miss Sadler. Now get out of my so-and-so yard and walk back in the house. Man, them cars stayed out there. I reckon they was, I don't know what they were doing, but their motors were still running, the lights still shining up in the house. And about 10, 15 minutes later, they all pulled out.
You had a tough mother. She was tough.
That was the first time I heard Mama Loretta Howard cuss.
She was tough.
But that was my experience of what they could do and what they would do to you.
Oh, yeah.
That was in 1964.
Just one example. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Like
they were doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember the situation with Mr. Cunningham when they was trying to get to him?
Well, they was always trying to smaller groups and sometimes bigger groups, but he would tell me about a lot of issues where he had confronted opposition, sometimes close up, and sometimes directly from an individual white who would cuss him out and say things to him about it. But he said he just ignored it and kept right on doing what he had to do.
He used to tell me about his wife, Miss Addie.
Yeah.
Man, he said that that the white folks, the board, and he said so many folks tried to do stuff to him, and he would tell me if it weren't for Miss Addie and her working, for the Board of Education, and
right.
he would say she would. When she get through talking to him, he could go out and it'd fire him up. But that I can imagine, Miss Nanny, that's how you kind of kept yours going. I know you said it several times, but that's what gave the men the power to go out there, a supportive wife.
Well, I give her credit because she stood tall. And a lot of mothers would have probably, because I've seen cases where a mother sometimes almost snatch a child's arm off when he step out in front of something like that. But she knew them children was right there, and she knew what they were doing and saying. But she never worried about it. She didn't say nothing about it. Just let them say what they wanted to say. After all, they was on their side of the street and on their property. And they could stand out there and yell back at them all they wanted to. So did none of them come over there on that side and attempt to bother them. And I don't think they had no intention of doing that. No, it was just create that little field thing that they do, putting their little robes on and marching through town. Back then, that did carry a little field, but I feel reasonably sure that it was our actions then that destroyed that fear of the Ku Klux Klan. Black folks just ignored them because if they went too far, when they come over to get us, some of us are going to get some of them, one way or the other. It's just going to be a race war. And thank God it didn't get to that.
Okay, there's one other question I want to ask you. Well, there's a couple more, but Dr. Martin Luther King never set foot in Monroe County. Now, there is one story as to why that occurred. I heard that from Mr. Cunningham. But from your recollection, what was the story behind when he was right over the next door in Wilcox County? What was your recollection of that particular incident, why he didn't come?
I'm not fully sure of the real reason why he didn't, but I don't think it was fear on his part. It may have been that he just didn't get the right invitations from the right people to come for a particular given program. Of course, now in a lot of cases he went places where he didn't have to have an invitation. He just went because there was a need. And we may have, well, actually Monroe County has, I won't say it's been a perfect, by no means, with race relations, but I can say that I feel that race relations in Monroe County has not been nearly as bad in Monroe County because I grew up here as a boy. And I used to play with a little white boy right there where the water board is now. He and I would ride all over town on our bicycles and tricycles and go up there and play in the courthouse yard. And I was a year or two older than him, and his mother would give me the money to go to the drugstore every day. We'd go up there and we'd go in the drugstore and had the bars, had the kind of bar on the stools at the bar. And at the drugstore, blacks could only just go to that front ice bar and all the things across the counter. But me and that boy went in there and sit, and I was cool. Now we just 7, 8 years old. But every day he and I go in that drugstore and sit up on the counter stool. White folks sitting on both sides of it. Nobody said a word. Man didn't have no question of Southern. Of course, I understood later on the reason was because I happened to be with her grandson. And everybody knew what was going to happen if she
messed with her grandson.
Messed with her.
I have really enjoyed talking to you, and I want to say to our listeners, we have covered in the recollection of all of our minds what comes to the top of our mind that really sticks out in the mind about our past.